Welcome to part 2 of the percussion sound design series with the Behringer Model D, and I will give you an example of how you can edit the raw recorded material from the first video, where I used the Model D for synthesizing analog percussion. I have distilled and labeled 55 samples from the recording so you can download them for free. Here is a link to the previous video where you can find and download the samples. The download link is provided in the description. Please make sure you hit the subscribe and or the like button right here to stay up to date with our videos. You can also follow our Hartware account on Instagram or Facebook. For this video, I only used the samples from the previous video as the audio source. For editing, I will be using the Soundtoys plugins, Waves plugins, and a few native ones from Ableton, which is my DAW of choice. I already made a loop to save us some time, but I will walk you through it so you can have an idea what I did here. Let's dive right into it. I assume that you guys already know your way around Ableton Live. I won't focus on the basics of the software. You can find plenty of videos around here that cover these subjects. Okay, so in the browser you can find the samples from the Hartware Model D sample pack right here. I labeled them hi-hats, kicks, other percussion, snare, tom, and also a drum rack with the samples included. Let's go through the project from left to right. But first, let me play the loop for you so you can hear what I came up with. The tempo is set to 125 beats per minute. It's an electro breakbeats track I made because I thought the samples were very cold sounding. Okay, so from left to right, here is a drums bus. First we see this drum bus channel where I routed all my percussion and drums to. This gives me the possibility to process the whole beat. The effects channel consists of the Soundtoys CQ, which adds a lot of analog warmth and crunch to the sound of the beat. This is a drive. So nothing fancy here going on. Next up is the kick group with two channels. One is for the low kick and the other one is for the attack kick. The group has a glue compressor with minus 21 decibels of threshold. A little makeup gain here, and the release is set to automatic. Okay, the kick channel. Here you can see the kick pattern here, where I mostly offset the blocks a bit to the left for adding more drive to the group. So you can see here they're a bit off grid. I used the kick 7 sample as the source with the transpose set to -2. The effects channel consists of the Soundtoys radiator and decapitator, both adding a big amount of analog warmth to the kick. Alright, next up. For the attack kick, I used the snare 7 sample with the same drum pattern as the previous one, and I also pitched it down, I think, to minus 12 semitones. Right, that's for the kick. The snare has sample snare 10. I adjusted the sustain to minus 24 decibel. Here the sustain to minus 24 decibels for a snappy sound. I used the radiator, the CLA 2A from Waves, which is very nice sounding compressor, and the microshift to add a little bit of stereo field widening. Next up is glitch percussion, so that's a little bit of glitch percussion. I used the Perc 13 sample, also low pass filtering here, and a bump in the resonance. Also, I added some LFO to pitch and filter to give it some glitchy sounds. Further on, I have an high-pass filter, cutoff point at 950 Hz, and also some chorus for widening. The low tom effect uses the snare 1 sample, nothing fancy here. I don't think I pitch it down, nope. And it only has like sidechain compressor triggered by the kick over here. The low tom 2 sample uses the tom 5 sample here in the folder, tom 5. And it has the kick sidechain also. I have here a little bit of low pass filtering going on, nothing fancy, that's about it. I forgot something to say here. The snare also sends to send C, which goes to here. I have the redux from Ableton, the reverb from Ableton, and the microshift for widening the whole effect. This channel is also sending to B, which is the delay. It's just a standard delay that's loaded up into your default session, just to give it some space. Alright, for the closed hi-hats, I used sample hi-hat 5. Nothing here, I think. Nope, some attack rolled off here. I have the Echo Boy by Soundtoys. It has a 30 IPS tape echo effect for some slap delay. Then we have the CQ, just for boosting some high frequencies here. It sends to the send B, which is a delay, and I also have automation on the panning. You can see here in the clip what I drew in here. So some automation on the panning. Then the clave or the clave uses the hi-hat 7 sample. Nothing's wrong here, I think. Nothing special, just some echo. Chorus tank bouncer. I used little dial back on the mix here, and I think I adjusted some timing here, but again, nothing too fancy. It sends also to the delay send channel. Alright, then the tom's bassline. I wanted to use tom 10 because I really liked the sound of that one, like this. I think I played it very low here. Well, 2 octaves lower than C3, which is the original pitch of the sample. So I wanted to have a bass line, so I have to play it low, right? Some auto filtering just for, it doesn't do anything right now, doesn't matter. Then I have plenty of effects open here. I have the analog vocal slapper preset on the Echo Boy. I also have the little plate for reverb. Nothing, see, that's not too long here, just for a little hinge, and also I cut it off at 107 Hz. The Filter Freak is providing us with some crazy filter phasing to give it more, to make it alive. Also, this goes through the CLA2A compressor by waves, and to widen it all up, I have also set up the micro shifts. This is all side chains with the kick, and I had some EQ here just to put it in the mix more clearly. Alright, then I have the sub drop. That's an effect that's also very well used, and I think it's a very nice sound. I used the Perc 7 sample, which is over here. Yeah, it's like a laser zap or something, but I pitched it down all the way to C-1, so that's 5 octaves lower than the original pitch. I think I did nothing here on the envelopes or something. No, this is going through the decapitator to give it some beef, low end cut and at 50 hertz, give or take. And then I have the radiator to give it some analog heat. Just the input here dialed in a little less bass than normal. And also this is set to off. Otherwise we have a lot of hiss and noise going on. Okay, this is going through the sidechain, which is routed through the kick. And it's sending to send D, which is a sub-drop effect or return effect channel. It goes through the Echo Boy to give it a really big space, a lot of reverb here. It's all wet because it's a send effect, and this is going through the Echo Boy 30 IPS tape slab, just to further widen it up a lot. Then, last but not least, we have the laser zap. It's the same sample, Perc 7. Yeah, nothing here I did, just nope, it's just a raw sample here. I just used some reverb and some delay. A is reverb, B is delay. Now, that looks nice, I think. I will play it back for you again, and then I hope to see you very soon. If you are still watching at this point, hi-hats off to you. I really hoped you liked my approach and that you might have learned a thing or two. If you did, place a comment and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in hearing my own productions and live sets, feel free to visit my SoundCloud page, which is provided in the description link also. Then I think I said everything. Thanks again for watching and see you all in the next video. Bye bye.